It's incredible seeing so many students here tonight at the Future Anything Activate program pitching their amazing ideas, the finalists from all around the country. It's mind-blowing for me seeing such young people with such amazing ideas, with such incredible prototypes, and now looking to take that next stage.
It was different to my other classes because I could talk to others and learn from them and grow my own ideas as well as help them grow theirs.
A program like the Activate program really shifts people into that way of thinking about their own future and the control they have over their destiny as early as possible. Thinking about what potential futures they could live and actually getting them into that experience of, breaking down boundaries, accessing the knowledge they need and creating some pretty incredible solutions as well.
I did this as an English unit and it was so amazing. It's nothing like I've ever done before and it was really engaging and it felt like that what we were doing really had a purpose and could make a difference. And I can't just apply that to my business, but also real life, which is awesome.
It teaches them how to solve problems and to build opportunities for themselves and others.
Usually I'm very independent, like I'll do it myself, but I'm really glad that Mariah and I have chosen to do it together as we've learnt so many more things from each other.
Yeah.
And been able to go further than we would have ever expected if I was just by myself.
It really does show how hard work pays off.
Shaping us to have a more flexible mindset of being an entrepreneur.
I'm not too great with handing in assignments and deadlines isn't really my strong point, but I found you just kind of push, and when you do have that kind of drive for something that you really want to happen, like something that you need to happen, it kind of comes naturally.
Teamwork, we've learnt teamwork.
We have.
I will ride this tricycle around the campus until our enterprise becomes a reality. Thank you.
The top prize, $2,500 cash, website, the mentoring and coaching. The one that we selected as the winner this evening, might do a drum roll, was Chloe's Heat Pack.
Good morning and welcome to our second day of semi-finals in this year's Future Anything Finals for our Activate program. In 2022, we have had 5,000 young people from over 50 schools engage in this program. And today we're going to see 20 of our 40 top teams. We had applications from over 200 teams around the country. So I know that we are going to see some incredible young people pitching some incredible ideas today. To kick off, I want to show you something that should feel a little bit familiar. And whilst you're looking at it, I'd love for you to reflect on how old you were when you first saw this map. For me, I would have been 5, and I remember getting a map very much like this one, blank, and having to match the capital cities with the states. I want to show you a second map. I'd love for you to reflect on how old you were when you first saw this map. For me, I would have been in my late 20s, so almost 2 decades after seeing the first map. And it's always quite interesting to me to note the gap between the first map and the second map when we know that this map, our map of our First Nations people, is 65,000 years older or more than the first map. So I want to start today by acknowledging the traditional owners on the land in which we all live, work, play, learn and create. For me, in Meanjin or Brisbane, it's the Yagara and Turrbal people. And why I want to anchor us here is I want to acknowledge that today we're going to talk a lot about innovation and new and next. But actually, our belief at Future Anything is that true innovation comes from deeply understanding our past and honouring those that have walked before us. It's in acknowledging the collective wisdom of those before us and then using that to catalyse things moving forward that true innovation comes from. Now, today we are going to have a lot of fun. This next hour is going to be fast and furious, and we'd love for you to share your engagement with our semi-finals across social media. So if you have a device near you and you're connected to Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, please take a photo of you and whoever you're with, maybe a cool selfie, and post it across our socials so that we can see you supporting our incredible young people today. Now, why are we here? What is this all about? Our Future Anything Activate program takes young people through the process of identifying a problem that matters to them and then pitching an innovative idea that makes the world a better place. In fact, that is their very mission. Take on the role of entrepreneur, identify a problem that they feel a personal connection to, and then do something about it. At the end of our program, we have this opportunity for students who love their ideas to pitch them in our finals. And the winner of today's event will go through to our national grand final, where they have the opportunity to win $15,000 of prizes and support to take their idea out of the classroom and into the real world. And so let's meet some of those winners from previous years. In 2018, we had Tanika, and the challenge that she identified was that bullying was a real problem at her school. And so what she designed was school socks, but not as you know it. These socks looked like white school socks above the shoe line, so she couldn't get in trouble from any of her teachers. But underneath the shoe line, she'd partnered with this incredible Australian graffiti artist to design these cool patterns. The premise of the socks is that you don't know what's underneath the surface for young people, and a portion of the profits went to support Kids Helpline. Tanika ended up crowdfunding her first run of socks, and they were stocked in uniform shops in schools. Let's meet our 2019 winners, Culturehood. As proud Polynesian young people, they stumbled across a statistic that said that those within the Polynesian community were more at risk of seeing or experiencing domestic violence than many other cultures. And so motivated were they that they tackled that problem specifically. Benina, one of the young people on the team, is this incredible artist. She's the kid that draws down her notebooks in school. And so they took Benina's artwork and they actually put it on hoodies, with a portion of the profits going to support victims of domestic violence. Then we skip along to 2020. And look, I'm not going to tell you about AquaShield. I'm going to show you what it looks like to win one of our national grand finals.
It has come up with something that is so important for us now in Australia, in the world, and we believe has got a great chance with the right partnerships and the right work and a lot of hard work to be successful, and that is AquaShield. And they jumped as which is well done, guys. Fantastic. Wish we'd been.
Our winners of our 2020 competition noticed that the shark nets that were off their coast were killing more sea life than they were stopping sharks coming in. So they took the technology that exists in wristbands that repel sharks from coming near surfers, and they attached this to flotation devices that they dropped off the coast at intervals to create an AquaShield. Pretty cool, right? And then we skip to 2021, a face that I'm going to introduce you to in a different context in a moment. Our winner of last year's National Grand Final was Chloe. Chloe was gifted a sewing machine when she was 11 and took her interest and passion in that space and combined it with her interest in sport and started making her own wheat bags with these cool, funky designs. Chloe won our National Grand Final last year and walked away in $14,000 in prizes and funding to rebrand her idea to By Chloe, to create her own website to sell her product from, and also a series of mentoring sessions in order to help her develop into the business owner that she had the potential to be. And we are thrilled in a moment, I'll introduce you to have Chloe as one of our final judges today. Now, it could be that we're about to watch our 2022 National Grand Final winner in this very semi-final. So let's talk through what this next 50 minutes is going to look like. I'm going to talk to you for about a minute or so more, and then I'm going to introduce our judges for today. These three people will have the honour and the challenge of listening to our 5 pitching teams today and then picking our winner at the end of today. Now, whilst they have the responsibility of that, you will also have some responsibility at the end as well. Now, how this works is our students are going to jump in and they're going to have 3 minutes to pitch. Now, 3 minutes hard. We're actually going to cut them off at the end of that 3 minutes. At the end of each 3-minute pitch, our judges will have the opportunity to ask one question of our teams in order to clarify the idea further. At the end of the 5 pitches, the judges will move into another room to deliberate, and they will return and pick a winner from today's semi-final. And that winner will get a golden ticket straight through to our National Grand Final to pitch. Now, whilst our judges are deliberating, you, our audience, will have the opportunity to vote for your favourite pitch today. We will be putting up a magic link in about 45 minutes time, and you will be able to pick the team that you want to back. The winner of the people's vote may get a wildcard entry straight into our grand final. So rally your community, text everybody you know, and make sure that they're jumping in to watch this semi-final to support our teams. Now that's enough from me. I think we should bring our judges up on screen. So I'd love to welcome Elijah, Chloe and Milan to the stage, our virtual stage today. They have the most difficult task. And rather than me do a bio read on who you are and what you're up to, I might just give you 30 seconds to introduce yourself, a little bit about what you do, and maybe let us know what's one thing that you're looking for from today's pitches. So Elijah, I might start with you. Tell us a little bit about you and what are you looking for today?
Oh, thank you very much, Nix and Chloe and all the semi-finalists today. Is going to be interesting and energizing. My name is Elijah Ball, so I'm a state manager for Australian Red Cross, but also I'm a quite passionate advocate for young people. And 2019, I was Queensland Local Hero of the Year, and that's where I met Nick and the passion with young people. Thank you.
Thanks, Elijah. Milan, I might throw over to you. We've had the pleasure of having you involved as an activator this year, so working directly with our schools. Tell us a little bit about you and what are you looking for out of today's pitching teams?
Oh, thanks, Nicole. Really glad I could be here. So about myself, I started a company called Firehouse Technology. We do IT consulting and a product called Mota. It is about getting this enterprise level marketing technology and making it affordable and available to small to medium sized businesses. So I got this year's South Australia's 40 under 40. And I'm really looking forward to your pitches, guys. We all want you to be successful. And if I want to tell you one thing, know that about your pitches, about your solution, you guys are the experts. You know it better than anyone. So believe in yourself and trust yourself. And yeah, wish you guys all the best.
Awesome. Thank you. Chloe, gosh, does it feel like a year ago that you were in these rooms on the other side getting ready to pitch? What a crazy wild ride it's been.
Definitely. So hi everyone, my name's Chloe and I started my business when I was just 11 years old. After my mum gave me a heat week to help with an injury that I sustained from playing touch football. So I started making heat packs with the sewing machine that my parents bought me for Christmas one year. And I started going out to my friends and family and selling them. Fast forward a few years when I entered my business idea into the Future Anything program in Year 9 throughout my business studies. And I actually developed my idea from going just heat wheats made with wheat and dried lavender to having an organic range and donating $1 to One Tree Planted, who plant one tree for every $1 donated. So here we are, and I'm super excited to be a judge today. What I'm looking for is to see and feel your passion, energy, and enthusiasm as you deliver your pitch. Good luck to all the teams. I'm super excited.
Oh, thank you, Chloe. So good to have you here and your unique perspective on the experience. Right, do you know what? Enough from us, okay? Let's get cracking into our pitches for today. Now, I think it's the best place to go is first because you're kind of setting the scene. So I'd really love to welcome our first team to the pitching stage from Wavell State High School. Embrace your race. Team, how are you feeling?
Good.
A little bit nervous?
Just a little bit.
Now, you guys are going to smash this. I know you will. So just funnel that nervous energy into your pitch, and I know that it'll show up as passion for us. So we're ready when you are.
Okay. Maloelele talofalava kiore engede. I'm Tony Lee.
I'm Gabby. And I'm Hannah.
And we are Embrace Your Race. Next slide. Culture is defined as the idea, customs, and social behavior of a particular person or society. It's where we receive many of our beliefs and knowledge from, and is the creation of each of our stories and identities. Living in such a culturally diverse country, many people in Australia are exposed to so many beautiful ethnicities. However, as we become exposed to the world as an individual, we start to face challenges of misjudgment, which leads to prejudice and racial mocking. These acts can cause humiliation, anxiety, and low self-esteem for a person. By researching background information, we have identified that about 85% of respondents from the Australian Human Rights Commission have recognized general racism as a problem. Being such an issue for many people, we are taking it forward to do something about this, which is why we have created Embrace Your Race. Next slide.
Embrace Your Race is a student-run enterprise that provides a service and product for our customers. We are 3 students who are passionate about solving casual racism in schools, and we have started working with the staff of Wavell State High School. Ms. Free, the head of the Year 9 leadership team, has given us opportunities to connect with our fellow students by introducing our service into the Wavell Development Program. Through these classes, we will workshop all different activities that are based around what casual racism looks like, how it makes a person feel, and what the consequences are, and provide tips on how to call someone out when witnessing this problem. Next slide. Our business also sells cultural scrunchies made from off-cut fabrics. These scrunchies are a way for individuals to celebrate who they are through very individualized scrunchies. To promote our scrunchies, we'll be using Instagram, which will attract new customers to our product. Next slide. So far, the target audience for our products are females, and in this photo, you can see 2 Polynesian Queensland Rugby League representees wearing their culturally designed scrunchies. Next slide.
Embrace Your Race is aware of our competitors. However, we are confident they do not offer everything we do. Wildflower is another scrunchy business run by teenage girls, but unfortunately they do not use sustainable materials and are not focusing on solving casual racism. Additionally, the Fashion Advocates and Social Outfits are also 2 companies that provide scrunchies through offcuts. However, they are not student-run like Embrace Your Race. By researching our competition, we are confident we are an innovative business. Next slide. Our plan is to expand our product in our uniform shops and grow more merch into t-shirts. However, to grow successfully and help positively impact students' lives, we are asking for $500. Next slide. Our total cost for materials per scrunchie is $4, and we are selling them for $7, which gives us $3 profit to reinvest into our business. By the end of 2022, we will sell 51 scrunchies. Where we will earn.
Oh, sorry, team. That's time. Well done. Gosh, 3 minutes. Time flies when you're having fun. Excellent work. I'm going to welcome our judges back to the stage to see if they have any questions for our team. Nilan, I might start with you if you've got a question for Embrace Your Race.
Guys, really great presentation. Just one question for me to understand it a little better. So your solution is basically doing like classes and workshops, and you find money selling those crunchies. Is that correct? Cool.
Yeah. So we plan to create our service, and to fund the service, we will be selling our scrunchies.
Right.
Awesome. Chloe, over to you.
Yeah, I have a question. So I'm curious to know if you have thought about what your business might look like in the future. Like, do you intend on going out to other schools and working with them as well as your own?
In our local area, we have Kedron. Many of us, I live in the Bray Park region, so we have junior schools like Strathpine State School, and that's where we'll be expanding our service. But our scrunchies can expand in our school, which can be through multicultural nights, our uniform shop, and even like sporting comps, carnivals, touch carnivals, netball carnivals. We're a very sporty school, so scrunchies would really work throughout there.
Yeah, awesome. Well done.
Well done. Elijah, over to you.
Yeah, thank you. My question to you, team, is was your business idea, and I know it originated as part of you want to celebrate the culture and make sure everyone is welcome. When you wake up in the morning, what keep you going about this idea?
When we thought of the idea for scrunchies, because I'm sure for Tony Lee, Gabby, and I, we are not all that sporty, but a lot of our friends are very sporty, and you run out of hair ties and everything. So having a multicultural scrunchie helps you just feel more comfortable when you're doing your sport. And
it also just helps people, and we raise awareness about racism, and just helping people embrace who they are without feeling ashamed.
Yeah, the background for the scrunchies is to personally connect with each individual. As you could see on the PowerPoint, we had our Polynesian Queensland representatives who wear these scrunchies in their trainings and games. And for us, we proud to walk around representing not only our scrunchies, but our brand and who we are as a group.
Well answered, team. Some tricky questions from the judges to kick off. You guys can just chill and relax now. That's the upside of going first, is you're like, good to go. So you guys can breathe a sigh of relief, and we're going to go from Brisbane down to South Australia at Kildare College. We have Just to Let You Know You're Not Alone. Are we feeling ready?
Yeah, ready and nervous.
Yeah, I think it's so funny when we talk about nervousness, right? Because we sometimes think that once we get really good at public speaking, we won't be nervous anymore, but actually nerves are there regardless. They just show us that we care about what we're about to do. So just use that energy and kind of let it infuse your pitch. We're super thrilled to hear your idea, so we're ready when you are.
Right. Food, we all know it keeps us alive, provides us fuel to do the simplest of tasks, and can bond people and bring people closer together. But for 4% of the Australian population, food isn't such a positive thing. It is a daily challenge for those struggling with eating disorders, battling daily against intrusive and negative thoughts around food. Next slide. In June 2021, I was diagnosed with anorexia nervosa. Soon after, I was admitted to hospital. I remember spending every day for the 2 weeks I was in hospital feeling very alone, even though I had my family visit me every day, doctors and patients around me always. And yet every meal I felt so alone. For someone struggling with anorexia nervosa, food is medicine. Cutlery was the only thing connecting me to my medicine. Next slide. My name is Lyra Ridley, and my business, Just to Let You Know You're Not Alone, creates sustainable cutlery that provides understanding and support to those struggling with eating disorders when they feel most alone. Next slide. The difference with my social enterprise is I'm helping to support young people who are struggling with eating disorders to feel less alone in a more subtle approach. People in recovery already have their meal plans and various doctors, and that can feel very overwhelming in that everyone is against them. Next slide. I've begun selling my product through my website and have sold out of my first drop and already have pre-orders for the next. Currently, I'm only selling throughout Australia, but as my business expands, I have plans to sell worldwide. Currently, I have an Instagram account for my business, which is being as a way to advertise. I've reached out to the Butterfly Foundation and they've gotten on board with my business and are following and supporting my Instagram account. The Women's and Children's Foundation have purchased 10 sets and will be gifting them to eating disorder patients, and they've indicated they're planning to buy more when I have more in stock. Next slide. My business is financially viable because it is going to cost $9 to make each product and I'm selling them for $25. This means I have a profit of $17 per product that I am putting 70% back into my business and 30% to the Butterfly Foundation. To start up, I will be needing $10,715.91 to be able to buy enough material to make my first 40 products, providing me with a starting profit of $476 after donating to the Butterfly Foundation. Next slide. Currently, I only have reusable bamboo sets. My future plans for my business is to make stainless steel cutlery with kind messages engraved on the cutlery. Currently, if you were to order a set from my business, the messages aren't customizable. But in the future of my business, I'm looking at being able for customers to choose their own messages. In the future, I have vision of other crockery options with customizable messages. Next slide. By choosing my social enterprise, you will be supporting my goal of no one feeling as alone as I did during my early stages of recovery while also supporting the Butterfly Foundation with 30% of each profit going towards them. Thank you. And this is just my sets that I'm selling. So they include the card and all the cutlery in a container that people can put in their pockets and bring to restaurants and schools and stuff.
Excellent work, Lara. You didn't even need all the time. You were like, I've got this. Well timed. I'll invite our judges back on screen. And Chloe, I might start with you. Do you have any questions for Lara?
Well done on your pitch. My question to you is, what is the biggest thing that you've learned so far? Like you said, you've been selling your product already. So what's one of the things that you've learned so far?
I feel the biggest thing I've learned is that it's just important to really like vocalize your idea. If you're passionate about something and you want it, then it will mean more to you and that you'll work harder for it.
Oh, tough question. Really good answer though. Elijah, over to you.
Thanks, Laura. My question to you is, when you started this idea and you came out with it, can you share with us some of the challenges that you face, and how did you benefit from those challenges?
My biggest challenge was coming out that I've struggled with anorexia, as I was scared of the judgment from others, but I found that coming out and showing about my anorexia has really almost like boosted me with my recovery, and it just feels nice just other people being around me to support me.
That's so great, Lara. Over to you, Nilan.
That was such a great presentation, and you showing the product at the end was like icing on the cake. So good. My question is, have you like talked to a few of your potential customers and got their feedback?
Yeah, I have. So one of the girls I've sold my cutlery to, she's also struggling with an eating disorder, and she uses it at every meal, and she's saying she's loving how she can look down at her cutlery and it's not just plain, but it's actually supporting her and connecting her to her medicine.
Wow.
That's great. Awesome. Thank you so much, Lara.
Thank
Such
you.
a strong pitch, and great to have you involved. So you can now rest easy and like watch the final 3 pitches, which is great. Can you believe it? We're approaching halfway. We're whizzing through these. We're going from South Australia back up to the Ipswich corridor to Springfield Central State High School, and we've got Supply Ed pitching today. In a moment, hopefully. Ah, there you are. How are you feeling?
Good.
Excellent. We're so excited to hear your pitch. So when you're ready, we're ready.
Next. A child born to an educated parent has a 50% higher chance of survival than one who isn't. Over 70% of South Sudan's children don't attend school. This is the highest proportion of children out of school in the world. 82% of South Sudan's people experience poverty, surviving on less than $1.90 a day, leading education to be unaffordable. In developing low-income countries, there's a projected 10% increase in a person's income for every year of education. While unaffordable education can't be simply solved, any efforts to help increase the education rates will be beneficial. Next. Hi, my name is Jessica Hewitt, and I'm the founder of Supply Ed, a social enterprise that aims to relieve the financial stress of sending children to school, increasing education rates, and improving the overall quality of life for the children in South Sudan. Next. To achieve this, Supply Ed works through a buy one, give one system. For every product bought here in Australia, the same product is then sent to a child in South Sudan for free. Supply Ed relies on zero effort from the consumer to assist in raising awareness and providing support to the children in South Sudan. Next. Supply Ed will run as an online school supply store. To calculate profits, a general school supply list has been used. The total cost for the 10 items on the screen from Australian bulk factories is $3.32. They will be sold for a total of $20. Each product has been at least doubled in cost to ensure the children in South Sudan are always accounted for. Shipping costs would be paid by the individual consumer at checkout. Next. A sticker costing 35 cents would be added to Australian consumer packages, bringing the total cost to $3.67. Next. Accounting for the package being sent to South Sudan, The total cost is $6.99. It's important to consider that this is only a presumed order list and that the products may vary. After 1,000 orders, the packages will be sent to South Sudan for $1,000. This makes the total cost per 1,000 orders $7,990. The revenue made will be $20,000, giving a total profit of $12,010 for every 1,000 orders. Next. Supplier will require a total of $1,100 to get started. This money would come from sponsorships, which we're currently in the process of obtaining. We also seek partnerships with local schools to provide us with their book list, promote our business, and if desired, purchase our products. Supplier is also building a community presence by posting surveys on local community pages, gaining support. For future advancement, Supplier would also seek partnerships with established aid organizations such as UNICEF or Tier Fund to streamline the process of shipping orders to South Sudan and distributing supplies. Next. Start now. An educated parent is more likely to send their child to school. Educate the children of the future by educating the children of today.
Well done, Jessica. Such a strong pitch, and I loved how detailed your financials were. Like, you really got in deep on those, which was awesome to see. So judges back on screen. Elijah, I'll start with you. Any questions for Jessica on Supplier?
Great presentation, Jessica. And I have to declare conflict of interest here. I was originally born in South Sudan, and it's great to see someone is building an idea to support people. But my question to you, Jessica, I know this idea came out of your humanitarian spirit, but who are partners in this journey with you?
So I would be looking to partner with people in South Sudan. So I would be looking for schools over there who are actively looking for support, and then reaching out to them and then offering these free school supplies to them.
Excellent. I see a potential partnership with Elijah out of this. Dalan, over to you.
I think my question is something similar. About South Sudan, and that's a great thing that you are doing. Like, do you have a network there, or why did you select South Sudan specifically?
So I selected South Sudan because they've got the lowest education rates in the world. And in just 2 years, they're projecting that the amount of children out of school will increase by an extra 200,000 if nothing is done to help. So I know how valuable education is, and I know all the amazing things that it can provide. So I just wanted to provide support to the people who are experiencing it the worst at the moment.
Great answer.
Yeah, very good. Chloe, over to you.
Yeah, great pitch. I'm wondering if you've researched your competitors and seen if there's any businesses out there that if someone buys one, they give one as well.
Currently, there's not any that are doing it on to South Sudan. There's a business that's doing it in Australia at the moment, but my business is also in line with competitive prices. So people are only paying what they would pay at a place like Officeworks or Big W, and they're still getting to help someone else out by sending a free product over.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
Well answered, Jessica. Excellent work. You can breathe a sigh of relief. And we're going to jet down to New South Wales to St. Luke's Catholic College, and we're going to meet Sway Games, who are going to jump in and tell us about their innovative idea. How are we feeling, team?
We're feeling good. We're feeling good. We're feeling good.
Awesome. Feeling confident, feeling ready.
Yep. Yeah.
Excellent. All right. I'm so pumped to hear your pitch. We're ready when you are.
All right. Hello and welcome to our company, Sway Games. Next. I woke up to the sound of my TV, but to my surprise, a shock came towards me. Next slide. Every family must stay indoors and commence lockdown. Next. This meant no going outside, no traveling overseas, no contact, and people suffering from the disease. Next. There was nothing to do and nothing to come, and many was led to the same boredom. Next slide.
Our team consists of Raf, Adil, and me. Next slide. Did you know 131 days in an average year are spent bored? Next slide.
Swy Games is a game development brand. Our goal is to bring entertainment to the world through games. We want to reduce the days spent bored. Boredom was found to be a big factor of mental well-being. We began in 2019 providing personalization services and slowly changed towards the entertainment industry we work in today. Next slide.
Did you know depression is a leading factor of boredom? Next slide.
Depression can lead to a deep feeling of sadness. Fatigue can lead to a lack of motivation and being tired all the time. Isolation can lead to feeling alone and separating yourself from others. These are all huge factors of boredom. Next slide.
At Swy Games, we create games with a purpose. Next slide.
Some of our games are educational and bring awareness and facts to children's minds. Games are beneficial to children. They prevent apathy and allow them to work at their fullest extent to shine. We know what people our age want and have experienced it firsthand. We have even made our own websites and development has already began. Next slide.
Here at Swy Games, our games cost nothing to make, with both games being sold at $7. You might be wondering, how are we pricing the games? Well, it is compensation plus personal value. We make them ourselves in our own time. Next slide. We plan to list our games on some popular platforms such as the App Store and Steam for purchase. Next slide.
Quack Wars is one of our games, and it is a project that started in 2019. Right now, it is in early development in a new format, and we plan on releasing it on Steam. Our plan for the future is to release it on the App Store in 2025 and add story to the game. Next slide.
And this is the Plastic Cube, an example of an educational game. You're a cube going through many different environments, maybe the forest, ocean, and even air. Every level at the end, you get facts about pollution and many more educational factors are to come. You can have fun and learn at the same time. Next slide.
We need $10,000. Why? For manufacturing, funding for our equipment to improve our production, advertising. As well, we need to bring awareness to our games so that people can purchase it. Listing.
Making the games might be free, but listing them isn't. We need about $100 to list a game on Steam.
Copyright and trademarks. Next slide. This has been Swy Games.
Don't let boredom constrain.
Thank you.
Excellent work, team. I can promise you today is not one of those 131 days of boredom. You have ensured that with your super engaging pitch. I'll welcome our judges back to the stage. And Milan, I might start with you. Have you got any questions with these incredible game developers?
As someone in IT, I have a lot of questions, but I'll just ask one. It's very, very interesting, guys. Do you have any games created already?
Yeah, we have 2 games created. One is in early development and the other one is ready to release, but we're just waiting for some funding so we can actually list it on a platform.
Cool.
Awesome. I see a partnership with Milan in this conversation already as well. I threw Elijah under the bus in the previous pitch and now I'll do the same here. Chloe, over to you.
Yeah, I'm curious to know how you intend on reaching out to your potential customers with your game.
I did this.
We are also planning to make a social media account. And as I said before, we have already made a website for customers to go on and see our games. So yeah, social media and our website.
Plus, us making our own website makes it easy to advertise it with Google Ads and other platforms such as that, because having your own website means it's easier to embed these sorts of platforms.
Awesome. Elijah, over to you.
Oh, well done, guys. I enjoy the presentation. I'm not always into game, but it seems this is motivating. My question is to you, as you know, the impact of technology and game, have you envisaged or have you looked into the risk factor as you develop your business on this in terms of the young people you will be reaching out to or will be using it?
So like we said, we're making games for people our own age. So like we know what they want sort of, and it just helps us reach out to the wider community because we know like the interests and a lot of the things that happen for people our age.
Amazing. I think, one thing that we can really speak into from all the pitches we've watched is that degree of authenticity that all of the teams have pitched from. So it's really awesome to see you guys digging into like a challenge that you know really well with a target group that you obviously understand really well. So well done, team. Excellent work.
Gosh, can you believe it? We're up to our final pitch. Like, time really flies when you're having fun. So we're jetting back down to South Australia, and from St. Peter's College, we have Micro Muncher with the pretty cracking logo, if I do say so. How are we feeling, gentlemen?
Good, pretty good. Yeah.
Feeling ready, feeling confident?
Yeah, excited.
Awesome. All right, well, I know you guys are going to smash it, so we're ready when you are.
Next slide. Microplastics are tiny plastic particles which have been expelled into oceans and waterways due to improper disposal and degradation of plastics by consumers and industries. These microplastics are pollutants which can cause cancers and mutations to aquatic wildlife, causing delayed growth, oxidative damage, death, and infertilization, which would devastate the aquatic ecosystem. An autonomous drone that filters microplastics from high concentration waterways. Next slide.
The cause of the problem is improper disposal of plastic waste, which accumulates into waterways. As such, the available solutions are restricted to the collection of larger plastics. Microplastics account for 11% of all ocean plastic matter. We have distinguished ourselves by thinking ahead and tackling the issue of microplastic pollution, where research and development is in early stages. Our concept will collect microplastics by autonomous drones, which is a more efficient and effective method than our current competition who handpick plastics, taking significantly more time, effort, and manpower. In our own backyard of West Lakes, Adelaide, we row, swim, and fish along record high concentrations of just under 10,000 microplastics per square meter. One drone will remove approximately 5,000 microplastics from residential waterways every minute to decrease this growing issue. Sustainability is a major consideration when designing the drone. The carbon fiber body allows each drone to last over 25 years due to its high durability properties, making this material a perfect choice for construction. The drone will be powered by solar panels to eliminate pollutants and greenhouse gases. Next slide.
The effectiveness of our product is determined by measuring the amount of microplastics collected over a certain period of time. This data can be used to assess and improve efficiency and impact. Our concept is motivated by ensuring a cleaner environment for the next generation. With funding for further research and development, we hope to apply our drones further across Australia and into the collection of algae in rivers. This is an important application due to the alarming rate of eutrophication, which is the excess of algae contributing to carbon emissions, ocean acidification, and global warming. Next slide.
We have undertaken extensive designing and planning to ensure this model is effective and viable. A carbon fiber body will be printed to protect the design so it can run for long periods of time without maintenance. Electronics will be waterproof and kept in a buoy and powered by a solar panel for durability. We expect each drone to cost around $600 to $800 to produce. By November, we plan to have endorsements and sponsorships from local companies. We then want to evaluate the situation in West Lakes to measure our expected impact. We will then implement a prototype and make improvements for the final design. If we are successful, we'll repurpose the drone for battling algae. We plan to obtain funding through sponsorships, endorsements, and selling products created from collected plastics. All revenue will be reinvested into making more drones, general maintenance, and expanding our footprint. Thank you.
Excellent work, team. Really confident pitch. I'll welcome our judges back to the stage to see if they've got any questions for you. Chloe, I might start with you. Questions for the Micro Muncher team.
Yeah, great pitch. I'm curious to know if you've tested the product. You mentioned that it can pick up a number amount of plastics.
It costs quite a bit. It costs like, we don't have the current budget to make a full prototype, but we have this little prototype sort of model, which we have tested in simulated conditions. So we sort of like, we've put a little filter in it and simulated the microplastics just to make sure it will work. And that went according to plan, how it should. So that's good.
Awesome. Elijah, over to you.
Thank you. Great presentation. And I think this is the fifth, and I already feel like I'm behind. I need to do more innovation. But look, my question to you is, again, where does this idea come from? What motivates you?
So basically, we're all pretty like avid fishermen. We love to go fishing. And we were out on a trip together once, and we caught a fish, and it actually vomited out plastic. And that motivated us a lot. Like we didn't realize there was that much like plastic in the ocean. And that's mainly where the idea came from. So, yeah.
Great sharing of that personal connection. Milan, over to you for the final question, for the final pitch. No pressure.
Final questions. Very, very, very interesting pitch, guys. So just a feedback plus a question. So building something like this is complicated, and it's very commendable that you guys have taken the challenge. Do you have any support network on the technical side, like maybe teachers, or I see a potential university partnership? Do you guys have talked to someone about this?
So we've talked to our teachers here at Saints who are actively trying to support us. We've approached them for ideas, and they're open to help us back.
Yeah. Like IT development teachers, they should be able to help us. They've helped us a lot, and they can help us a lot on the more technical side of things. We've got already pretty good ideas of how it's going to work. Like we know all the what do you call them? All the components that we need, and we know how it's going to fit together. So yeah, and whenever we need help, we know that they're there for support.
Perfect.
Awesome. So it sounds like you've got the beginnings of a partnership, which is fantastic. So great work, team. Gosh, you know what? This is the best part, because the pressure moves from our pitching teams over to our judges who have the difficult decision of picking a winner and a runner-up. So we're going to wave goodbye to them, and they're going to go and have some robust conversations, I'm sure, in the other room, and work out who is going to be our winner from this semi-final. In the meantime, everybody out there who's watching, wherever you are, you have a really important task. You get to vote for your favorite. And so on the screen right now will be the code, the QR code, and then also the link for you to vote for your favorite team. Now, the team that amasses the most votes may just snag themselves a wildcard entry straight into our grand final. So we're going to give you 5 minutes. We'll put some tunes on. And when we return, our judges will reveal our winner and runner-up. And we will collate all of your votes and announce the winner of the people's vote. We'll see you back really soon. Welcome back, everybody. Fast and furious judging. And now we return with the results. We've had 5 outstanding teams pitch. I hear the conversation was very robust in the other room. There was some shaking of the screen, and then, no, Chloe, you're wrong, and some furious debate that occurred behind the scenes. It's all right, everybody. We've secretly filmed it, and we will release the video of that robust conversation. I'm kidding, we didn't definitely do that. So who's going to be the spokesperson and reveal our runner-up first, and then our winner? Chloe, gosh, how does it feel to be on this side of the conversation?
It was very, very difficult conversation, but really awesome to be a part of this. I'm very grateful. So thank you so much for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. Let's welcome our teams on screen so we can see their little faces as we reveal our runner-up and our winner. Jump back on screen, everyone. Oh, some nervous faces that are waiting for the results right now. Now, you guys have all done an outstanding job. So, Chloe, over to you. Reveal the runner-up first.
Yeah, thank you. Firstly, a massive congratulations to you all. It was really inspiring to see what you're all passionate about and your drive to make a change. So well done. I have the honour of announcing the runner-up and the winner. So this semi-finals runner-up is Supply Ed.
Thank you. Well done.
Well done, Jessica. That's super exciting.
Yeah, really well done. Really liked your connection there, and really good research as well.
Thank you.
And
now it's the big one.
Yes. The winner for this semi-final goes to Just to Let You Know You're Not Alone. Congratulations. You really it was really strong sharing your personal connection to how you're trying to solve that, and all the connections that you've made already, and already selling your product. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations, Lara. Excellent work. Now I have the votes hidden here. So I've just received notification of the people's vote as well. And there were an incredible number of votes logged, like hundreds of votes for this session. So a huge number of people jumping in to back our entrepreneurs. The winner of the people's vote for this semi-final is Kildare College, just to let you know. Well done.
Oh, thank you. That's so exciting.
Excellent work. School community really backing you, which is really awesome to see. So to all of our teams that pitched today, a huge round of applause, please, to everyone. We had over 200 applications for our semi-finals, and there were only 40 teams selected to take part. So it is an incredible feat to go from that level to pitching at this level. So congratulations to all of our teams. To our 3 judges, thank you for your time, for giving up your time to back the next generation of change makers. I think that's what's really exciting, that being here, you're showing how important our young people and their ideas are. So thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us, and we wish all the young people the best. The future look bright.
Thank you, Nick.
Our pleasure. Now, if you loved what you saw today, do you know what? This is just the first of 4 semi-finals we have today. So clear your diary, cancel your day. Whatever you had planned, just stay here and watch for the rest of the day. And then if you actually want to see our teams from today, so just to let you know, pitch in our national grand final, we have open tickets for our grand final in November, held on the 21st, a Monday night at the Triffid in Brisbane. You can grab, if you're in Brisbane or located near Brisbane, or you want to be there in person, you can grab physical tickets to join us at the venue. Or if you can't be there in person, we will also be live streaming the whole thing. So please snap that QR code, jump in and register a ticket. It will be a sellout event for our national grand final, so you definitely don't want to miss that. On behalf of the whole team, thanks for joining us for our first semi-final today. And we hope you stick around for the rest of the day to see our other teams pitching for a spot in our national grand final. See you soon.